These weapons are worthy of the residents of Asgard. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Norse mythology weapons. For this list, we're going over the most interesting, useful, and famous weapons from Norse mythology and legends. Number 10. Lævateinn. Let's begin our list with a weapon belonging to the trickster god himself, Loki. What kind of weapon it was is somewhat debated, since its root words indicate it may have been either a sword, a magic staff, or a wand, because it translates to damaged twig. Regardless, what we do know is that it was stolen from Loki and locked away in a chest with many locks. Supposedly, it was the only weapon capable of killing the mythical golden rooster, Vidofnir. However, its keeper will only remove it from the chest and give it to someone when presented with a tail feather from the very same rooster. Number 9. Tyrfing. The dwarves of Norse mythology forged several cursed swords, like Dainsleif, which could have made the cut for this list. But our choice for this entry goes to Tyrfing, a sword so cursed it starred in a whole cycle of Norse legends. Svafalami, Odin's grandson, kidnapped two dwarves and forced them to make a sword that could cut through stone and iron, never miss its mark, and never rust. While they fulfilled these requirements, the dwarves also cursed the sword to end a man's life every time it was drawn, to cause 3 evils to befall its wielder, and to cause Svafalami's death. Following these curses, whoever Tyrfing's next wielder would be is similarly met with great misfortune. Number 8. Angrvaðall. With a name meaning stream of anguish, this magical sword certainly makes its presence known. Wielded first by a Norse hero simply named Viking, Angrvaðall was adorned with runic letters that glowed bright during war, but dimmed when there was peace. With this blade, Viking could even slay giants, including Harak the Ironhead, the unwanted suitor of a Swedish princess. The sword was next wielded by Thorstein, Viking's son, who then passed it on to his son, Frithjof, whose adventures, while lacking giants, do feature a battle against a ghost pirate. Number 7. Forseti's axe. The Norse god of justice, Forseti arbitrated many disputes among the gods and mortals, both in Scandinavian lands and in Germanic ones, where he was known as Forseti. In the latter region, there's a legend that the 12 Frisian lawgivers were set adrift in a rudderless boat after they were unable to recount their laws to Charlemagne. At sea, they found a 13th among them, generally believed to be Forseti, who rowed using a golden axe. When they reached land, the god threw it onto land, creating a spring. He also showed them it was better to have 13 lawmakers, to ensure they no longer deadlocked, as such giving them both laws and water at the same time. Number 6. Skofnung. Several swords from Norse mythology are legendary for their sharpness, Lævateinn being among the most notable. However, we would argue that Skofnung is just a bit more interesting. First used by the legendary Danish monarch Hrolf Kraki, Skofnung possessed mythical sharpness and toughness, but was also imbued with the spirits of the king's 12 bodyguards. Wounds made by Skofnung supposedly would not heal unless rubbed with a special stone. Furthermore, the blade had several superstitions attached to it, namely that it was never to be drawn around women, and that its hilt could not be struck by sunlight. Number 5. Gleipnir. Another weapon crafted by the dwarves, Gleipnir was a binding chain fashioned to hold the great wolf Fenrir. The monster had twice broken free of his previous shackles, and so the gods turned to the short-statured mythical blacksmiths for bindings worthy of the beast. Fittingly, the master craftsman chose to make Gleipnir from 6 allegedly impossible things. These included the sound of a cat's footsteps, a woman's beard, a mountain's roots, a fish's breath, a bear's sinews, and a bird's spittle. This ensured that, despite being thin, Gleipnir was strong enough to keep even Fenrir in place. Number 4. Grom. Also known as Balmung, Gramir, and Nutung, Grom is a sword originally owned by Odin. In the guise of an old man, Odin drove the sword into a tree trunk in the middle of a hall, promising it and its strength to whomever could pull it out. Where all others failed, Sigmund succeeded. Unfortunately, King Sigurd coveted Grom and killed Sigmund's father in his quest to claim it. Overcoming his foe, Sigmund continued to wield the mighty sword until Odin shattered it, after which the hero fell. Grom was eventually reforged by Sigmund's son Sigurd, who avenged his father with it, and went on to slay the dragon Fafnir. Number 3. The Sword of Freyr. Although most weapons on this list are given names of their own, the sword belonging to the god Freyr remains without one. Regardless, there's little chance of mistaking it for another. The sword was uniquely able to fight without anyone holding it, making for a powerful weapon indeed. Unfortunately, Freyr traded the weapon away as part of a dowry for a goddess bride. We say unfortunately because during the prophesied battle of Ragnarok, Freyr is said to be without his weapon. having to instead fight the fire giant Surtur with an antler or stick, leading to his destined defeat. Number 2. Gungnir. Of the famed Norse gods, few are as renowned as Odin, and his spear, Gungnir, contributes to the image of the famous deity. Created by the dwarves and gifted to Odin by Loki, Gungnir's tip was inscribed with runes. The spear is so magical that it's said to always hit its mark, regardless of the strength or skill of the thrower. Though, so long as Odin's using it, that particular ability is likely overkill. Odin is prophesied to take Gungnir into battle at Ragnarok and to use it against Fenrir. Not quite at the end yet. Almost there though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Alright, back to business. Number 1. Mjolnir. When it comes to mythological weapons, Norse or otherwise, Thor's hammer Mjolnir is one of the first that comes to mind. Made by the dwarves after Loki challenged them to make a weapon greater than Gungnir and the other godly weapons, Mjolnir was eventually given to Thor. The hammer was so powerful it could flatten mountains.
Mighty hammer Mjolnir, forged in the heart of a dying star. Its power has no equal. As a weapon to destroy, or as a tool to build.
Additionally, it would return to Thor's hand after being thrown, and was also able to shrink to fit inside his tunic. Unlike most warhammers, Mjolnir has an unusually short handle, which was actually a design flaw caused by Loki distracting the dwarves during its construction. Doesn't seem to have hampered Thor much, though. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.